Good afternoon, or noontime. Getting close to noontime. It's me, Dwayne Bogan again. There's actually a second part to the video I just posted. As you can see, I pick up my cross and follow. This is the Holy Bible. Again. As I just announced, that the Lord had told me all things shall be made free for all, for everybody, now and forever. Which is great. I mean, that's relief for a lot of the money problems. But the other points to go over are this: that he still requires people to work. But he also said he's going to make places for people. He realizes that some people are totally miserable at what they do for a living. Other people really don't need to be needed where they're at. They feel it. And other people are just sick where they're at. And other people are, happy where they're at. So what he's going to do is he advised me that he's going to make a place for everybody as needed. But people are still going to work. But you don't have to work like you used to. And I'll get into all that with you. You won't have to work yourself to, into the grave, basically, is the way you put it. Or is the way I'm putting it, but the way it was explained to me. And this goes into the other point. As you know, in the Bible, he eliminates Leviathan. And with Leviathan was a curse for mankind, that all men have to work, sun up to sun down, every day of their life. And that was a curse given by God. The point is, when he just eliminates Leviathan, that curse is broken and goes away. So what he told me was, people will still work, and he'll make a place for people. People that don't have jobs, people that hate their job, people that are miserable at their job or whatever. But that's why he brought the other point up first. So money's not a problem, not an issue. They're taking that out of the equation. What's left over is joy. And the Bible states that. Jesus said, he prays that people's joy sticks with them. And he prays and he actually says in there, he prays for us. And so do the other saints and angels. And I myself do too. But what he's after is people who enjoy their jobs, chances are, will probably stay where they're at. And they'll still do the same work. It just won't be as stressful, I guess is the way to put it. I mean, I've been civilian, I've been in the military, I've been in the federal government. I've worked and worked and worked since I was 12 years old. And I know other people have too. And what he's saying is the work is destroying us in some cases. To work too much is destroying us. It makes us ill and stressed out and things. So when they eliminate Leviathan and take Leviathan out of the equation, that curse is also taken out of the equation. Now that's why he said he's taking money out of the equation, so money won't matter. People will still go to work. I would tell people that, if you have a job now, if you hate it, get ready to make a change. If you enjoy it, chances are he'll leave you there. But the reason he's bringing work up is people are still going to produce cars, for example. People are still going to, we're going to produce those space missions and those space shuttles. Manufacturing is still going to be a big issue. Your iPods, your electronics, your computers, everything is still going to be the same, but it won't cost anybody anything. You'll go to work every day, you'll work, and myself included, and he's going to make places for us, he said. And but without the stress, and without the money, and without the corruption, and without the what's the other word? Without the stress, without the stress, the greed, and the corruption, and the competition. There won't be any more, overly competitiveness. So he's eliminating all of those things, or taking them out of the equation, let's say. So the only thing that should be left over is joy. And he said he left joy with man. And women at some point too. So if you enjoy your job, chances are you'll keep it and you'll still do it, and it'll just be a lot less stressful. If you don't enjoy your job, chances are, if you ask him, or he asks, and I pray for all of us too, and he'll make a place for you, he said, one that you enjoy doing. And that's kind of what they're up and they're up to all these things at the same time, and that's why it gets complicated. But it also tells you in the Bible, we know these things to be true, and it tells you God is not the author of confusion. God did not author confusion. All those things in the Bible and those statements are true. And some of them have gotten lost along the way, and some of them gotten misappropriated and other things. So that's what he's working on now. And that's why the first announcement and then this announcement right behind it. So anyway, I had to announce that, and I had to let you know. And he just spoke to me less than an hour ago when he advised me of all these things. Like he said, car companies are still going to produce cars. Airplane companies will still produce airplanes. You'll still be able to, live pretty much basically the way you did before, but without the stress, the over-competitiveness, the stuff that's giving people headaches. Even for women, I know God bruised man's heel, and God bruised woman's head. That's in the very beginning of the Bible. Towards later, at some point in Revelation, he says all pain goes away. So right now, if you get a headache, it just means he's trying to talk to you, he's trying to move you around, he's trying to make amends, or he's trying to fix something that's wrong. So just bear with it as best you can. I still get headaches myself, and I'm a grown man. I've had them for a while now, and but they come and go. And he does say that all pain goes away at some point. So you got to bear with him and bear with the rest of us that are working on these problems, and he does make amends. And he will fix what's wrong, as long as you're ready. And I would just advise and stress, be open to the Lord, and be open to God and Lord Jesus Christ's name. They really do have your better interest at heart, everybody's. It may not seem like it at first, it may seem troubling at first, it may seem awful at first, but they really do, and they're working on it. And but passion's another one. A lot of people, aren't passionate about what they do anymore, and their joy and their. So he's bringing all those things will stick, and maybe even come back better than they were before, but without the greed, the corruption, and the stress. Leviathan, I had to go over a quick mention of Leviathan with you. He, as many of you might know, he eliminates Leviathan, and when he does, the curse is gone. He also distributes Leviathan for food at some point. Leviathan's described in the Bible as a fish with legs, like a leopard, I think it said, and it said fins that no light can go between. So it's described fairly accurately, but not entirely. We think it looks kind of like a brontosaurus with fins on its back, but the fins, the no light can go between. So it's like fins with skin along its back, with 4 legs, is what we think it looks like. But anyway, once he eliminates the Leviathan, all the curses are broken. And the only thing that should remain is joy. You just got to ride it out, stick with them. And like I said, I'm not any better off than anybody else, and I'm not worse off than anybody else.